You understand everything. You watch English videos and you follow the story. You read English sentences and you know what they mean. You listen to English conversations and you understand. But then someone looks at you and says, "So, what do you think?" And suddenly, your mind goes blank. Your mouth doesn't move. The words just disappear. You know this feeling, don't you? You are not alone. And today, I am going to tell you exactly why this happens and exactly what you can do to fix it. I'm Zara, and this is Fluent Slowly, the place where real English learners find real answers. Slowly, clearly, and in a way that actually makes sense. Let's begin. First, I want to say something important. There is nothing wrong with you. Many learners think, maybe I am not smart enough, or maybe English is just too hard for me, or maybe I don't have the talent. No, that is not true. The problem is not you. The problem is how you were taught. Let me explain with a simple picture. Imagine a library, a big, beautiful library, full of books. You have been collecting books for years. Grammar books, vocabulary books, English rules, phrases. You have thousands of books in your library. But here is the problem. You have never taken those books off the shelf. You have never opened them. You have never used them in real life. So when someone asks you a question in English, you run to your library, you look at the shelves, and your hands are shaking. Your mind is searching. And by the time you find the right book, the conversation has already moved on. That is your situation right now. You have the knowledge, but your knowledge is sleeping. Today, we wake it up. So, what is the real reason you understand but cannot speak? One word: output. Let me explain. In language learning, there are two sides. The first side is called input. Input means receiving language, listening and reading. When you watch an English video, that is input. When you read an English article, that is input. When you listen to this podcast, that is input. The second side is called output. Output means producing language, speaking and writing. When you speak English, that is output. When you write in English, that is output. Now, here is the truth that most English learners never hear. You have been doing input for years, but you have been doing almost zero output. And your brain works like a muscle. The muscles you train grow strong. The muscles you never use stay weak. You have trained your listening muscle for years. It is strong. It is powerful. It works beautifully. But your speaking muscle, it has been sleeping the whole time. That is why your mouth freezes. That is why the words don't come out. Not because you don't know English, but because your speaking muscle has never been to the gym. Today, we start training. Now, let me go deeper. There are 3 hidden reasons why this happens. And when you understand all 3, everything will start to make sense. Hidden reason number 1. You are waiting to be perfect. Think about a child learning to walk. Does the child wait until they are perfect before they take their first step? No. The child falls, gets up, falls again, gets up again, and slowly, step by step, the child learns to walk. But many English learners do the opposite. They wait. They think, I will speak when my grammar is perfect. I will speak when I know enough words. I will speak when I feel ready. But that day never comes, because you only get ready by doing. You only get fluent by speaking. Waiting for perfection is the enemy of progress. Hidden reason number 2. You are afraid of making mistakes. I want to tell you about my friend. She studied English for 6 years in school. 6 years of grammar, 6 years of textbooks, 6 years of tests. One day, a foreign tourist stopped her on the street and asked, "Excuse me, where is the nearest coffee shop?" She knew the answer. She had the words, but she smiled nervously, shook her head, and walked away. Afterwards, she told me, I was afraid he would laugh at my accent. That fear cost her a real conversation, a real moment of English practice. Gone because of fear. Here is what I want you to remember. Nobody laughs at someone who is trying. People respect the effort. And every mistake you make in English is one mistake you will never make again. Mistakes are not failure. Mistakes are tuition fees for fluency. Hidden reason number 3. You have no speaking practice routine. Reading has a routine. You read before bed, on the bus, during lunch. Listening? You play podcasts, you watch videos. But speaking? When do you actually speak English in your day? For most learners, the honest answer is never, or only when someone forces them. And you cannot grow something you never practice. A plant without water dies. A language without practice disappears. You need to build a speaking routine. Small, simple, daily. We will talk about exactly how to do that very soon. Now I want to give you something practical. I call it the bridge method. Think of input and output like 2 sides of a river. On one side, understanding English. On the other side, speaking English. Most learners are stuck on the understanding side. They can see the other side, but there is no bridge to cross. The bridge method builds that bridge, step by step. Bridge step 1. Speak to yourself first. Before you speak to anyone else, speak to yourself. This is called self-talk, and it is one of the most powerful speaking practice tools that nobody talks about. Here is how it works. When you wake up in the morning, describe your day in English, in your head or quietly out loud. Today is Monday. I feel a little tired. I will drink coffee first. Then I will go to work. Tonight, I want to watch something in English. Simple sentences, real life. No pressure, no audience. When you cook, describe what you are doing in English. I am cutting the onion. The pan is getting hot. I am adding oil. When you walk outside, describe what you see. There is a big tree. The sky is cloudy today. A dog is running. This simple habit trains your brain to find English words quickly. It connects your thoughts directly to English without translating from your native language first. Bridge step 2. Shadowing. Shadowing is one of the most powerful speaking techniques in the world. And it is very simple. You listen to a sentence in English. Then you immediately repeat it out loud, copying the exact sound, rhythm, and feeling of the speaker. Not just the words, the music of the words. Like an actor learning a role, You don't just read the lines, you feel them. You become them. Do this with this podcast. Pause after each sentence. Repeat it out loud. Copy my rhythm. Copy my pauses. Copy my tone. 10 minutes of shadowing every day will do more for your speaking than 10 hours of silent listening. Bridge Step 3. One real conversation per week. Once a week, have one real English conversation. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. Talk to a language partner online. Use apps like HelloTalk or Tandem to find someone. Or talk to a teacher for just 30 minutes. One real conversation per week is 52 conversations per year. 52 real moments of English speaking practice. That is how fluency is built. Not in one big moment, but in many small ones. Now, I want to talk about something deeper. Your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is the place where everything feels safe and easy. In your comfort zone, you understand English perfectly. You read, you listen, you follow. No stress. But speaking pushes you outside that zone. It feels uncomfortable, scary, vulnerable. And your brain, which loves safety, pulls you back. Don't speak. You might make a mistake. Stay here. It's safe here. And so you stay. Year after year. Understanding more and more, but speaking less and less. Here is the truth about comfort zones. Nothing grows inside them. Every flower grows by pushing through the soil. That pushing is uncomfortable for the flower. But without it, there is no growth, no color, no life. You are that flower. And speaking English, even badly, even nervously, even slowly, is you pushing through the soil. It is uncomfortable. Yes. It is scary. Yes. But on the other side of that fear is the fluent English speaker you have always wanted to be. Now, let's slow down, because this is Fluent Slowly, and we always make sure every important word is clear. Here are today's key words. Listen carefully. I will say each word, explain it simply, and give you example sentences. Input. Input means language that goes into your brain, listening and reading. I get a lot of English input from podcasts and videos. Input is important, but it is not enough alone. Output. Output means language that comes out of your brain, speaking and writing. Speaking is output. Writing is output. I need to practice more output every day. Fluency. Fluency means speaking a language smoothly and naturally, without long pauses. My goal is English fluency. Fluency comes from practice, not from perfection. Shadowing. Shadowing means listening to someone speak and immediately repeating what they say, copying their sound and rhythm. I practice shadowing with English podcasts every morning. Shadowing helped my pronunciation improve very fast. Comfort zone. Your comfort zone is the area of life where you feel safe and relaxed, but where you also stop growing. Speaking English pushes me out of my comfort zone. Growth always happens outside the comfort zone. Vulnerable. When you feel vulnerable, you feel open to being hurt or judged, emotionally exposed. Speaking a new language makes me feel vulnerable. It is okay to feel vulnerable. It means you are trying something brave. Self-talk. Self-talk means talking to yourself, either in your head or quietly out loud. I practice English self-talk every morning. Positive self-talk helps me feel more confident before speaking. Routine. Your routine is the regular set of things you do each day, your daily habits. I added English speaking to my morning routine. A small daily routine is more powerful than one big study session. Now, a small challenge for you. Pick one of these words. Make your own sentence with it. Pause the video and say it out loud right now. That is output, right there. You just practiced speaking. Did you feel that? That is how it starts. You have learned the why. Now here is the what. Exactly what to do starting today. Action step 1. Start self-talk today. When you finish this episode, describe your day in English, out loud, even just 3 sentences. That is your first speaking practice of the day. Action step 2. Shadow this podcast. Go back to any section of this episode. Press pause after each sentence. Repeat it out loud. Copy the rhythm, the tone, the pauses. Do this for just 5 minutes today. Action step 3. Plan one real conversation this week. Open Hello Talk, Tandem, or italki right now. Find one person or one teacher. Book 30 minutes this week. Just one conversation. That is all. Action step 4. Change your phone language to English. Right now, go to your phone settings. Change the language to English. Every time you use your phone, your brain is reading English, thinking in English, living in English. Action step 5. Say something kind to yourself. Learning to speak a new language is brave. It is uncomfortable and scary and vulnerable, and you are doing it anyway. Say this to yourself. I am not perfect, but I am practicing, and every day I am getting better, because that is the truth. Let's quickly go through everything one more time. The reason you understand but cannot speak is not because you are not smart. It is because you have been doing input without output. The 3 hidden reasons: waiting for perfection, fear of mistakes, and no speaking routine. The bridge method: self-talk every day, shadowing every day, one real conversation every week. And the most important thing, step outside your comfort zone, even just a little, even just today. Understanding English is a gift, and speaking English is the door that gift opens. You already have the key. You just need to put it in the lock and turn it. Now, I have one question for you. What is the biggest reason you cannot speak English yet? Is it fear? Is it no practice? Is it waiting to be perfect? Write your answer in the comments below. Your honesty might help someone else who feels exactly the same way. If this episode helped you, please like this video, subscribe to Fluent Slowly, and share it with one friend who understands English but goes quiet when it is time to speak. Because now, they have a reason and a plan. This was Fluent Slowly. Until next time, go slowly, grow steadily, and be kind to yourself. See you in the next episode.